Introducing to first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ему 30 лет. Его рост 2 метра 1 сантиметр, вес 114,45 килограмма. Его стиль борьба и профессиональный рекорд 15 побед, 7 поражений. Ladies and gentlemen, he's 30 years old. He stands 201 centimeters tall. Official weight 114.45 kilos. As a wrestler with professional record 15 victories and 7 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Narva, Estonia, here is Denis Smoldarev. Его соперник красного угла клетки. And he's opponent of the Crawford cage fighting out of the red corner. Бойцу 34 года. Рост 183 сантиметра, вес 120,45 килограмма. По стилю ударная техника. Профессиональный рекорд 20 побед, 7 поражений. Ladies and gentlemen, he's 34 years old. He stands 103 centimeters tall. Official weight 120.45 kilos. As a striker with professional record 20 victories and 7 defeats, he's contender Республика Дагестан, Россия. Приветствуйте! Salimgerey Rasulov. Referee Maxim Protasov.
Maxim Protasov is the referee in charge of this bout. Here's tail of the tape. Denis Smoldarev against Salimgerey Rasulov. We are ready. Fighters are ready. Let's get it started.
We see that Denis Smoldarev has a height advantage.
As always.
He is really big. Nice jab to the body.
Nice connection by Rasulov.
And look at the speed from the very beginning of the fight. Both fighters start pretty aggressively, showing their hand speed.
Good connection by Smoldarev. Slight connection though, but still.
As far as I remember, Denis Smoldarev was a stand-up fighter, and if he comes up to the ground, he's not that good.
Yeah,
I remember him losing to Tony Johnson due to an arm triangle.
Even though he had the experience in judo and sambo, but still, that was not enough. Another connection, but big to the shoulder by Smoldarev.
So far, the fighters don't take much risks. Just screening the opponent, triggering.
Both actually are instigating each other to work first. Nice connection by Smoldarev and the low kick.
And we see that Denis is preparing that counter left hook with a leading hand. And I think that Salimgerey Rasulov aware of it pretty much.
But as you can see, Rasulov also is waiting to respond and not to go first.
Of course, because he knows what is going to follow. So far, there are not many actions, because both fighters understand that only one perfect landing can finish the bout.
And as we remember, in ACA, actually, Smoldarev was not too successful. He had 3 losses. So right now, it's time for him to win.
And a win against such fighter like Salimgerey Rasulov, of course, will put him higher in the ratings, that's for sure. So far, Denis Smoldarev controls Salimgerey in this position, in clinching, using the knee strikes.
Another one by Smoldarev. He's very dangerous actually there in this position. So Rasulov has to separate or maybe go for a takedown using his legs. Maybe try to sweep.
Well, the last Salimgerey's fight was in December, last December, when he defeated Adam Bogatyryov due to a unanimous decision.
And they are separated.
And 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the first round. So far, the fight is pretty close.
Back to the center. Another exchange with the left hands.
And looking at the leading leg of Salimgerey Rasulov, we see huge redness on his knee. Oh, it was a dangerous high kick from Denis Smoldarev. Oh, it was a groin hit from Denis, and that was definitely accidental. I don't think that Denis Smoldarev did that on purpose. But still, Salimgerey Rasulov needs some time to recover.
And maybe he will use this time to recover his leg.
And by the way, Maxim Protasov, the referee, warned Denis Smoldarev of not making the eye pokes. So be careful with that.
The fight continues. Well, both fighters are at the center right now. Another leg, putting very good work on that lead leg by Smoldarev. Another one. And there is a connection by Rasulov.
And a nice leg kick from Salimgerey. So Salimgerey Rasulov tries to show a good, a strong finish of the round.
High kick by Smoldarev. There it is, some connections to the body. He charges in. What? Not enough.
That's it for now.
Very close round number
Yeah,
one.
I do agree with that statement that it was a pretty close round, but
I would give it to Smoldarev actually, I think.
maybe yes.
Because of the damage of the leg.
Yeah, strong low kicks.
Good work on that.
Let's look at this on the replay. How did the fighters work in the previous round? And the break is over. It's high time to continue.
Round two.
The second round. We shall see how it plays out for both of these fighters.
Left hook from Denis.
A low kick attempt by Rasulov.
So we see that the fighters continue to examine each other, continue to screen each other to find the weaknesses and to find the correct moment to start the attack, to hit.
Well, don't forget they are heavyweights.
Of course,
Not very fast.
a single shot can decide. That's the basics of the heavyweight fighting.
The basic tenet. Another connection by Smoldarev to the body.
And I hear Denis's corner, and the corner shout him not to duck down
Yeah,
and to produce some fake moves, some fints.
and that is the right advice because
Absolutely.
he's a very tall guy. He can use his advantage in
His range.
his range.
But still, we see that Denis Smoldarev wants to shorten the distance, to come closer and to control the opponent. Maybe he is aware of Rasulov's knockout power. Because just like we said, that 20 wins and 13 by the way of knockout. 13 superb wins when he stopped the opponent due to striking. So far, the tempo is not really high. And Denis Smoldarev tries to catch the opponent with this left hook. One attempt after another, and I think that Salimgerey Rasulov needs to get used to it, and he needs to use it in his own favor.
And Smoldarev goes for a takedown. And that's really strange because everything he did as a striker worked. Why change it?
Down he goes, look at
what
that!
A slam!
And it's a ground and
And
pound
it's
from
over.
Salimgerey Rasulov,
It's
and I think it
over.
could be it. Maxim
It's over
Protasov is here.
already.
No more, says Maxim Protasov, dividing the opponents and announcing a win of Salimgerey Rasulov. But the main question I would like to ask, what just happened?
Yeah, because
Why?
it was a push-in forward by Rasulov. And after that, I don't know why, but Denis Smoldarev
This is
gave
the
up,
end of the fight.
gave up.
And
He
actually,
gave
what happened previously? What was the reason?
He tore his
Muscle.
arm, his muscle,
His biceps.
yes.
Well, that's
Look
bad.
at that.
That's
It's
bad.
a mess. Look at see. We can see here.
Maybe it was a big shock contributed by the pain in the biceps or in the hand, so it was a
Or
really,
maybe
really...
because of a fall,
Maybe.
because he fell.
Well, that's a big shame for Denis Smoldarev because he was not losing the fight.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
even
was
he was
not.
winning. But that
He fell
injury,
hard.
that
He fell hard,
injury,
and maybe he
well,
injured his arm.
that's a big shame. And he deserved that kind of applause because he did really well in this fight before the moment of injury.
Итак, дамы и господа, время остановки боя 2 минуты и 33 секунды второго раунда. Ladies and gentlemen, have time. 2 minutes and 33 seconds of round number 2. Техническим нокаутом. Добивание. Победу одержала and your winner by tactical knockout, Salimgerey Rasulov.
Congratulations to Salimgerey Rasulov with this victory.